So in this video, we will learn about parliament. So various organ of parliament, bodies, members. There are many things in parliament. So our parliament means Parliament of India is called bicameral. Why it is called bicameral? Because parliament consists two houses. First is Rajya Sabha and second one was lower house or Lok Sabha. Or Rajya Sabha is also called upper house and Lok Sabha called lower house. So and this upper house Rajya Sabha named in 1954. Means in 1954 Rajya Sabha name was given. And there are three organ of parliament. First one is Lok Sabha, second organ is Rajya Sabha, and third one is president. Because without approval of president, no bill was passed. So let's see in detail. So in introduction part, supreme legislative body. The parliament is the supreme legislative body or legislative organ of a union government, and the parliament of India is the supreme legislative body. Means Parliament of India is called supreme legislative body. It occupies a preeminent and central position in the Indian democratic political system due to the adoption of the parliamentary form of government. Due to the parliamentary form of government, which was basically a idea of Britain, we adopted parliamentary form of government, and due to this parliament having central position in our democratic system, and it is also called Westminster model of government. First parliament was set in a 1951-52. The first general election under the new constitution of India were held during the year 1951-52, and the first elected parliament came into existence in April 1952. So first parliament came into existence in April 1952 after the general election of 1951 and 52. Here we can conclude that our parliament is called supreme legislative body and having a central position in our democratic political system. It is also called Westminster model of government, and our parliament came into existence in April 1952 after the first general election, and all the elected member came here. So next we see constitutional provision. So from Article 79 to 122 in Part 5 of Constitution deal with the organization, composition, duration, officers, procedures, privilege and power of the Parliament. From Article 79 to 122. Frame of reference for Parliament. The framers of the Indian Constitution relied on the British pattern for Parliament rather than the American pattern. The President is not an integral part of the legislature in the USA. However, in India it is. Means in India, President and Prime Minister both are the part of Parliament. But in America, President is only part of legislature, not a no, the president is not an integral part of the legislature in the USA. Means in USA, president is not a part of legislature. It is a separate body, and all the law and system or policy need the approval of president in USA. But it is not the part of legislature. But in India, president is part of legislature. So here we can conclude that constitutional provision Article 79 to 122 in Part 5 of Constitution deal with the organization. From Article 79 to 122 in Part 5 of the Constitution deal with the organization, composition, duration, officers, procedures, privilege and power of the Parliament. Okay. And next we see that organ of the Parliament. So Rajya Sabha, the first organ is Rajya Sabha. It is also called the Council of State because all the state representative came here. About it is the upper house. It is also called upper house, second chamber or house of elder. Rajya Sabha is called Council of State, upper house, second chamber or house of elder, and it represents the states and union territory of the Indian Union. The Rajya Sabha is called the permanent house of the parliament as it is never fully dissolved. The sixth schedule, the fourth schedule of the Indian Constitution deal with the allocation of seat in the Rajya Sabha to the state and UT. Means under fourth schedule, Rajya Sabha got their member from the state and UTs. Composition: the maximum strength of Rajya Sabha was 250, out of which 238 members are representative of the state and UT, and 12 are nominated by the president. But in current strength of the house is 245. Originally is 250, but at current strength is 245, and 229 member represent the state. 229 represent the state, and 4 member represent the UTs, and 12 are nominated by the president. Election of representative: how the represent means how the member of Rajya Sabha are elected. The representative of the state are elected by the member of the state legislative assembly, means MLA of all the states elect their representative for the Rajya Sabha member. The representative of each UT in the Rajya Sabha are indirectly elected by a member of an electoral college specially constituted for the purpose. Means in India there are only three states which have their own legislative assembly, that is Delhi, Puducherry and Jammu Kashmir. So they appoint their representative in the Rajya Sabha, but other UT which don't have their own they don't have their own legislative assembly in the state, in their UTs, they form a electoral college specially constituted for the purpose. For representing this purpose, they form a college and and appoint their member to the Rajya Sabha. The members of nominated by the president are those who have special knowledge or practical experience in art, literature, science and social service. Means 12 members are nominated by the president for the Rajya Sabha. So they belong from which field? They must have experience in art, literature, science and social service. The rationale is to provide eminent person a place in the house without going through election. Means they don't have that 12 member don't have to contest election. They directly elected by the president, and they are expert in their field like in art, literature, science and social service and functions. Rajya Sabha has an important role of reviewing and altering the law initiated by the Lok Sabha. Means law which was made in Lok Sabha, then it come to the Rajya Sabha, and Rajya Sabha has the important role to review it and to alter it and to correct it. It can also initiate legislation, and bill is required to pass through the Rajya Sabha in order to become a law. Means it is very important for a bill to become a law to take the consent of Rajya Sabha. Without consent, it can't become law. Next is power. So state related matter, the Rajya Sabha provide a representation to the state. Therefore, any matter that affect the state must be referred to it for its consent and approval. Means any matter related to the state must be came under the Rajya Sabha, because Rajya Sabha is the representation of representation, is a body which represent all the state of India. So if the Union Parliament wishes to remove, transfer a matter from the state list, the approval of the Rajya Sabha is necessary. If Union Parliament wants to transfer some subject from state list to union list or state list to concurrent list, at that time the consent of Rajya Sabha is must. So, Lok Sabha or the House of the People. So this we will deal in next video.